Tonight, Kay is teaching us Candlemas Eve in the Fieldtown tradition. Please have yourself on mute while Kay is teaching. Good participants drop their questions in the chat. In the chat, I'll be watching for those at an appropriate time. I will bring those up to Kay. If Kay gives you a moment to stop and ask for questions, that's a good time to come off mute and ask your question and then go back on mute. I'm so excited you're all here. Kay, take it away.
Okay, well.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot one more thing. Kay is teaching us in Fieldtown tonight. Your squire and foreman have an opinion about how you should be dancing Fieldtown and how you should style that. But for tonight, Kay is going to be teaching us in the stylings of, I'm assuming, Bells of the North.
I hope it's Bells of the North. We haven't actually danced the tradition for a number of years, so I may have let some, folklore creep.
Cool. Kay is going to be dancing with her own stylings of Fieldtown, so let's go ahead and flex our dance muscles tonight and dance the way she does. Cool. Okay.
I know that I got the tag back from Arthur Knowles, who was in Minnesota Traditional Morris. I know that the slows, the slow capers were taught us by Sarah Purdy, who was, I'm happy to say, is actually on. I saw her picture, so I know she's on there. And then I think I've gotten some other stuff from there was a team from London, Ontario that came to the old ones. I think I got that from. So it might be a mishmash, and it's very similar to what the other people have taught, and I'm going to go through each move.
Yep. Kay, there's a request for you to speak up.
Oh, okay.
Or if you're just giving audio without dancing, you can come closer to the computer. Okay. I might be louder than Kay because I have a speaker.
Okay, well, basically, the bell style, what I think was the bell style, came from several different teams, and we melded it into one. And I'm not 100% certain that what I do now is exactly the same of what we used to dance. That's that. The other thing I want to make sure you know, I'm really fortunate. I have a live musician with me, my son Robert Rayfield. So. Yeah, so that has been fun, and it's made it easier. And in fact, I provided Valerie with a recording. It comes off of a CD that he made for me of a whole bunch of jigs that I had learned. So I'm lucky in that way. Okay, so to begin with, I was thinking Bells of the North does use dynamic stretching for warm-ups, and I was thinking we just do a few. Well, and this isn't a dynamic warm-up technically, but let's start with maybe getting our ankles limber. You can do your own, of course, whatever warm-ups you want to do. I like this one a lot. There we go. Okay, and so dynamic stretching, what you do, and I feel a little silly demonstrating, but what you do is you are moving when you're doing your stretches. This is one, and I'm going to walk around the other way to get more in. This is my favorite. I have to come closer. This is my favorite. It's called Frankenstein. Okay, so and for these muscles, the hamstrings, this is good. And what else? And maybe a couple of lunges. You don't have to do the twist. You can just do it this way. But I like it like this. And think I'm going to call that enough, because we'll also be doing all of the pieces of the dance. Let's see. Oh, yeah. One thing I'm planning to do, this is what I'm planning to do. We're going to go through the pieces of the dance, you know, in bits and, you know, so that you have all of the moves ready to pull together. Then we'll, and that'll help. That'll be more of a warm up. There was something else I was going to say though. Let me go see my crib sheet. Oh. Actually, the other thing is that I'm planning on just automatically doing something facing you and then something facing, and the same thing facing away, because that's what I like to see in a teaching mode. But if you need, you can just do the chat if you want me to do a sideways thing. So that's about it. So to begin with, double steps are pretty much double steps, although I don't go as high with my arms, but might be something that is done differently. Single steps are single steps. This is the tag back that I use. And then full step.
Could you show that from the side, Kay?
And then I'll show it from the back. Well, that's no. Other side. And back. And step. Any questions? The side step, and this is, I think, a little different from some, is an open side step. With the tradition does use galleys, so, you know, I think in this particular dance, you're only going to do one galley at a time.
For those of you who have your video on, are you okay with galleys, or thumbs up if you need a walkthrough, thumbs down, just so that way we get a visual. Yay, nay. Derek, do you need a walkthrough? Derek's fine.
Good. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Was I too far forward? Is that what the problem was?
Of course, Derek's fine.
Yeah. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, beetle splashers. I noticed I have different hankies than at least one of the previous teachings. So my beetle splashers, we'll pull in and then around again.
Can you talk through what you're doing, Kay?
Okay, it's step, tap, step, land. Let's see, so how to tap, yeah, and push off and land. And then I think there's another step back. Yeah. It's easier when you're doing it in a dance. So
I think they wanted to know the hands.
oh, the hands? Okay, so tap, and then it all swings around. Tap is the only thing, then around and around again. So it's tap, around, and up. And that's it, just I guess it's one. Tap, round. Is there more? Are there any other questions? Okay. And then the uprights.
I think you might, I know that you're covering everything, but I think it might be good to kind of string a couple of those together just for practice, because I don't know that people know if they have questions if they're just walking through.
Okay, because I was going to start doing that when I started doing the,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is just to run through and warm up a little and just give them a...
Okay.
Okay, and so the uprights were the same as, at least that Ed did. Because you put your foot back, your other foot, jump, and that same foot goes back, then the other one goes back for the next needle squash. And again, I'll do it. So, I'm going to need your music.
Okay.
Pretty soon.
Slows?
No. I'm going to start with the chorus. Okay, so I think for those of you who know Fieldtown, the figures are going to be really, really easy. They're pretty much pretty similar to many jigs. The chorus, I think, is a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to start with that. And that's where we're going to tag at least, I think I'll start building on it. I'm just going to want you to do a little.
Yeah, I'll do a tag into the chorus.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demo the whole thing, but then we're going to break it down piece by piece. That's it. Oh yeah, well, no, I think I do two. Okay. The first part, the very first two things you do is, did I do the wrong hankies on it?
You were doing Minneapolis on
I did
Mississippi.
Minnesota. Sorry, I mixed my traditions. The first step is a right side step, and then you go into a left galley. And I think I'd like to just do that a few times with music.
Okay. Oh, I'm just going to loop that.
Oh, you're going to loop it? Okay, it's going to loop it. Okay. And again. That's enough. Notice that it's only one direction for the side step, one direction for the galley. Now the next chunk is, I guess it's called a 1-2 up from
Bucknell.
Bucknell. I just found
It's
that
like
out today. It's like it. And it's basically, after you come out of the galley, right foot is free. You do three single steps, little low steps. That third step pushes you into a galley, and then you do 2 more.
Don't you mean pushes you into a caper?
Oh yeah, caper. Sorry. See, Valerie, you didn't. I was nervous. Anyway, or should be. So, I'm hoping that you're doing this, and I'll turn around. Let's do it a couple of times. Let's not do use the music. No.
Oh,
No music.
oh, okay.
So it's step, 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 caper, change, change. Step, 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 caper, change, change. Step, step, step. And you're doing it from the right foot. I think that maybe I need the screen change to have everybody so I can see if they're doing it with the minute.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Oh, you need to do technical things.
Well, I just don't know the MacBook.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're gonna.
I may not be able to see it. I'm just going to change my screen a little more.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. But now there I am. Okay. Would it be okay to try that part, the side step, the galley, and the 1-2 up? Are people okay with that, or not okay yet? I can't tell.
You've got a lot of thumbs up. They're ready to try it.
Okay, so give us the music.
For the chorus?
For the chorus.
All right. I'll take it.
He's giving a tag to go in. He didn't stop the music. So let's do it. I'm going to do it this way, and you can stop in the middle.
Okay. Oops.
Oh yeah, it's hard to stop. Okay, well, do we need to do that anymore? I'm hoping that you stopped in the middle, even though Robin kept the music going.
Well, you kept dancing.
Yeah, that's true because, okay, so the second,
Go over the hands for that 1, 2, 3.
do I even know what I do? I think I leave them down.
Okay.
I can't even, yeah, and they go up for the caper.
There's a request to do it once more.
Okay, and I'll try to stop in the middle even if Robin doesn't. We'll do it twice. I'll do it once in each direction. Okay, right side step, left galley, 1-2 up. Okay, go this way. Right side step, left galley, 1-2 up. And that's it. Okay, is there any more questions? Should I finish the chorus? Finish the chorus. Okay.
There's a question. Is there a fudge step between the capers and the 2 side steps?
Well, wait. No, it's 1, 2, 3, and then leap, and then change, change. And then you go, I mean, you should be on your left foot at that point. And if you're talking about the 2 side steps that go after that, you should be ready to go right on that. Did that answer the question? I'm not sure where you mean.
I think that answered it for me, but Sarah Linda was the one who answered it.
Oh, okay.
Or asked it. Sarah
Oh,
Linda, are you,
okay.
is that explanation enough? Sarah Linda, you can come off mute to ask that one.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, I'm a little confused about, is it a double, after the galley, it's a double step and then 2 capers? Or a double step and a caper and something?
It's actually, it's like a double step. It's just 3 low steps. And then you go on that, for that 3rd step, you don't do any preparation for it. You just go into the caper, and then you have 2 low steps again. Just 2 steps. And it's not actually a fudge, it's kind of built into the dance.
You cut out there. It's not actually a fudge, it's what?
It's built into the dance.
Okay,
You know, you do right, left.
thank you.
Okay. Okay, so for the second half of the chorus, you're going to do a side step right, a side step left, and then a galley around. And I'm pretty sure there's a caper in it.
Yeah.
There
So
is,
just the second half?
no. Well, yeah, let's just do the second half. So you can just play the beginning, and you can dance the first part if you want, but I'll start at the second half. And this is the caper, change, and side step right, side step left, right caper, and 2 left capers. Oh, that was nice. Oh, and now let's do it now I'll do it this way. Are we good? I think is everybody good? Anyone like that? Nope. Okay, now we'll do the whole chorus a couple of times. Well, one time this way, and then we'll stop, and then we can do another one.
One chorus?
Yeah. Tag back. Right side step. Left galley. 1, 2 up. Right. Left. Right galley. Caper. Good. This way. Do we need to do that again? Any?
You've got thumbs up, so move on.
Oh, I didn't see any. Okay, well, then we get to the figures. The pattern for all 3 figures are 2 somethings, side step, and then a side step right and a side step left, and then the 2 more somethings, and then the tag back. So the first one, no surprise, are 2 double steps, side step right, side step left, 2 more double steps, and then back up. So let's just do that. I think most of you got that. Okay.
So from the top?
Don't do it once to yourself.
Okay.
This time, drag back, double step, side steps, double steps, drag back. Do you want me to do it in the other direction and we can dance it one more time? Because that's what I'm planning. Yeah.
There's indifference, so you can do it either way.
One more time. Hey.
Sorry.
Okay. I fucked up at the end too. Oh, okay.
Can't see
Well,
it from YouTube.
I forgot to mention, but it's pretty obvious. This is mostly a right-footed tradition. You all know that. Okay. Let's do the foot up and the chorus. Okay, you're good. Tag back. Doubles. Tag back. Go right. Galley left. 1, 2 up. Okay.
It looks great.
One more time.
Everyone is dancing so well.
Yeah, well, I think it's not a difficult dance. Want to do it one more time or just go on to the next?
Go on to the next thing.
Okay, which are Beatles. And again, the same pattern. So tag into slows. Side steps. Again. Okay, I didn't plan it. Okay, so now I'm guessing that we can just try that again with the chorus. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what time is it anyway? Let's see. Oh, okay.
There's a request that this time if you face a different direction.
Okay,
So what are we doing?
we're doing slows, Beatles squashers.
Chorus and slows.
So Beatles squashers and then the chorus. Right, left, 1, 2 up.
There's a question from Doug and Ellie. At the end of the chorus, your left foot is free. Is there a cheat to get your right foot ready for the beetle crusher?
You're right. There must be. I think that probably what I'm doing is just a one caper, and I don't know. Actually, I have to dance this. Sorry. You don't need the music. Yeah. I just after I do my second caper, I immediately switch to my left foot. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
There's also a question for the galley that's in the middle of the chorus. Do you turn all the way to face the music or to the back?
You turn all the way to face the music. When I was facing the back, I got confused and didn't turn. I'll talk a little bit more about this maybe at the very end. But this is a really good dance for you to change orientation, and I have done that. So that might be part of the problem. So, okay, well, last thing are uprights. So I suggest that, I think that we should do the uprights, just the uprights with the side steps in the middle, and get that done. And I'm betting that you won't need to do it again, so I can turn around and do the side and do the uprights, and then follow right into the chorus to end the dance. That would end the dance. So let's see if that'll work. Are people comfortable with uprights? I think everybody knows. Why don't you play again into slows? Right back. Right back. Side step. Right. Left. Actually, yeah, that's what happens. Oh, and now, are we okay doing that again, but adding the chorus? And I'm gonna turn away for you for that. Okay, and I'll try to remember which way I'm facing.
Yeah, I'll make faces.
No, that's okay. I won't watch it. This time.
Turning away.
Oh, did I? Well, towards the end. Do we need to do any more, or do we want to try the whole dance? One more.
From the top. One more time. From the top.
The whole dance?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait a second, I need some water. Take a water break, everyone.
Just tag in or once to myself?
I'll mention that. We're gonna do a once to ourself.
Once
The musician.
Yeah. That's what you tell the musician.
Tag back. You know, I think I've changed the dance a little thinking about it because I was watching the original video I had. And if you prefer to do together jump at the end of the chorus for the first two, go right ahead, it's easier. If not, keep the capers in. So,
Living tradition.
you know, it's a jig, which means you can do it the way you want. So let's do it one more time. And this time I'll face back and try to stay facing back.
And I will not make faces at you.
I'm not looking at you, so it doesn't matter. Double steps! And right! That's it. Thank you. So that's pretty much it. Although I kind of want to, what time is it anyway?
It's quarter till.
Also, you have a lot of time. Well, we can dance it once we've caught our, once we've caught our breath, but I think I'm going to tell you the history of this dance. Robin's been nagging me to do that. It was actually Rudd Rayfield, who's my spouse, and I worked up this dance in 1988. I think it was probably March 1988, and it was our wedding jig. It was a double jig with hankies tied together, and then we also had the other end on each. And it had a very elaborate choreography in terms of, you know, the first figure, we did it side by side facing together, and then we turned around on the side steps. The second figure and the third figure, I think, we faced each other, and one of us, namely me, went under the hankies, and then we went back, and then the same was done with the uprights. So, but it's, you know, I've found it hard to find someone else to dance it with me, and Red's not dancing anymore, so that's it. And I love the dance. The one recommendation I would make if you decide to write a jig is pick a tune that everybody knows, because it's also been hard to get musicians. You know, I know of two people who are still active in the Morris community who know the tune, and one is my son. So that's it. So do you want to dance it again?
We're wondering before you start dancing, did you get married on Candlemas Eve?
No,
No.
not at all, but we got
The
married in
dance had a
April.
different name.
Yeah, oh, I forgot. You know, my father died actually in February of that year. So almost exactly 2 months before the wedding. So we called it Sid's Jig in honor of him. But you know, it's not meaningful to anybody but us. So it's and the tradition is to use the name of the tune. For the dance, so that's why it's Candlemas Eve. And I actually did send written, besides sending the music on an MP, I don't know, I think it was an MP4A file. I did also send notation, written music, because it's in the Oxford Book of Carols. That's where Robin learned the tune from. And so you'll have, some musicians will have written music, but also if you happen to have a copy of the Oxford Book of Carols, you can look it up.
And I learned it long after the wedding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you heard, he said he learned it long after the wedding. Well, he wasn't born until 2 years after the wedding, so yeah. Okay, let's dance. Should I face forward or backward? Forward, backward.
No preference.
No preference. I'll do it forward.
Sideways.
I'll do it forward.
Okay.
Let me.
You could change orientation while you dance.
Oh, hey, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I like
It's
to
a
do
good
that.
dance to do in the round. Share a stage with a huge crowd.
Well, or, you know, I just do it randomly sometimes.
Yep.
And like I'll dance for you once and then I'll come back. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna call. That's one more question. So should I try to keep calling it?
Yes.
Okay. This time, tag back. Foot up. Side steps. Foot up. Right. Down left. 1, 2 up.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Applause for Kay.
Applause for the dancers who learned it.
Thank you.
Thank you.